How's it going, everyone? In this video today, I'm going to be showing you all what I think is the simplest method of installing Windows 11 on UTM for M1, M2, or an M3 Mac for free. And it's actually really easy to install Windows 11 now with the newer version of UTM because most of it's already automated. And there's also been many new methods created of downloading ISO files, which the first of is downloading through Crystal Fetch, which is an app available on the Mac App Store, which I'll have that link down below. And if for some reason Crystal Fetch isn't working for you, I've also gone ahead and uploaded the latest ISO file for Windows 11 to my media file, where I'll have that link down below as well. And once you've obtained a copy of a Windows 11 ISO, go ahead and download UTM from their website, which can be downloaded for free, and open the DMG, drag the UTM application into the applications folder, and then you're all set to continue with the tutorial. Next, go into UTM and select create new virtual machine. Select virtualize since the Windows ISO file is also ARM, so similar to Mac, it should run on top of it pretty easily. Select Windows. Make sure you have install Windows 10 or higher checked. Do not check import vHDX image. And then we want to go ahead and select the boot ISO, so you can click on browse. And then locate the file you downloaded from either my media file or from Crystal Fetch, and then press open. And then make sure you leave install drivers and Spice tools checked because this will allow us to update our display resolution and potentially fix any internet problems there are. And it also includes copying and pasting. Go ahead and set the memory you'd like. I usually do about half of my system memory, and then I usually just leave the CPU cores as default. You can go ahead and specify the drive size here. This is the most that it will get up to. It's not always going to be 64 gigs. It uses the space as it needs it. Click on continue. And lastly, click on save. And as you can see here, it set our boot ISO as the Windows installer, and it also gave us the Spice guest tool drivers. And as simple as that, now we can go ahead and run the machine. And now press on enter once it says to press a key. Now, as if you were installing Windows on a regular machine, we can go through the installer, just click next. You can get a product key if you want, but you don't really need one, so just hit I don't have one. Select the version of Windows you'd like. I would just go with Pro. Accept the license, and then select the only drive, which should only be unallocated space, and it should be the size you set it to be. And now it's going to go ahead and copy all the Windows install files. And once it's done copying the files, it'll go ahead and restart the machine for you, or if you don't feel like waiting, just click on restart now. And once the machine reboots, don't click any keys because you don't want to boot from the boot ISO anymore. Just let it run into the normal Windows install. And now we continue with the setup here. Select your country, keyboard layout, and for some reason sometimes Windows might try to update itself, which isn't going to work because we haven't installed the network drivers yet. So what we can do is we can actually disable the network in the setup, and to do that, hit FN, Shift, and F10 all at the same time, and then type OOBE-bypass NRO, and then hit enter, and then the VM is going to reboot. But at least this time now it shouldn't have to check for updates because it doesn't have the possibility to. And now it bypassed that update step. For some reason it still said all those things, but it seems like it didn't matter. And there we go. Now we're booting into the Windows desktop. And after about 10 minutes, we have successfully booted into Windows. And it looks like it automatically launched the Windows Guest Tools installer, but if it doesn't do that, just go into Folders, this PC, and then you're just going to want to go into the UTM disk right here, and double click on the UTM Guest Tools, and it'll bring up this exact window right here. And we can just go ahead and install these, click on Next, agree to the terms, and it's going to go ahead and automatically install all those for you. And if for some reason it takes your mouse outside of the VM, just click on this mouse button at the top here, and you might have to press enter, but then just go ahead and click on reboot now, and hit finish. And your machine should restart with you with all the drivers installed, allowing us to change our display size, fix any network issues, and allow for copy and paste between the VM and your Mac. And while I was recording this video, I noticed that sometimes the machine won't boot if the Windows 11 ISO file is still in the CD/DVD drive, even though you aren't pressing the key to go into it. And I noticed that if I happen to eject the disk, which all you have to do is go to the UTM main page and then click on the CD/DVD drive and click on clear, then the machine starts up just fine. So if you're having any issues with it not restarting after the virtual tools, then I'd recommend trying that. You can also eject the UTM tools because we no longer need them. There we go. We now have a Windows 11 virtual machine running on our M1 Mac with successful network connection, and we can also now change our display resolution and go into full screen like this. And I'll just go ahead and test the internet, even though I can see it's connected in the bottom. There we go, guys. Should be good to go now. Successfully installed Windows 11 on our ARM Mac. And if you guys have any problems, feel free to leave some comments down below. I'll try to get to them, or if not, I'm sure someone else will help out. And it seemed like the biggest problems I've had with this installation were trying to disable the network connection in the setup so that it didn't take forever trying to update something when it didn't have a network connection. And the other potential issue was when it went to restart the machine some of the times after installing the Windows ISO, it would tend to try to boot from the ISO file even though Windows was already installed. So all I did was go up to the top and then I just hit that clear button to remove the ISO file from the installer, and then it booted just fine for me. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video.